Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to contour like a pro, how to cream contour like a pro using foundation sticks and concealers. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Marluna, Marlene, but everyone calls me Marluna, and welcome. So I'm going to use all ColourPop Cosmetics items to contour my face. I'm going to start with the foundation stick. I'm medium 110W for reference. The foundation all over. I'm going to buff it with a foundation brush. Make sure it's all well buffed into the skin. Okay. So after I finished buffing the foundation on my skin, I'm going to go in with the contouring and the highlighting. And for that, I'm going to use a concealer from ColourPop as well. And this is Light 16. And this foundation is Deep Dark 185W. Now, you can also use a concealer to contour as well. And I actually have it here. But, yeah. And this is Deep Dark 52. But I found, when I was trying it out, I found it was a little bit harder to blend than the actual foundation. So for the purpose of the video, I'm going to use a foundation. I just think it's way easier to blend out than the concealer. But you can use anything that you like or you feel comfortable with. So there are many ways to contour your face. I did my foundation first, and then I go in and do the contouring and the highlighting. There's people that do their highlighting and their contouring first, and then they buff out everything with the foundation. I just don't like that technique, but you can also try out that technique, and whatever fits for you and whatever works for you, just do it. I'm just showing you the way that it works for me. So I'm going to take my foundation right here. Can you see it? Yes. I'm going to contour, obviously, the places that I want them to look kind of like sunken in, that I want to create a shadow on my face. So for me, it's obviously right here, and I'm going to start from the top of my ear down to kind of like the holes of my cheeks. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to do a little bit. I don't have a big forehead, so I just want to do a little bit for that dimension, but I don't want to cover a lot of my forehead because I don't have a big forehead. But if you feel like you have a big forehead, you should do a lot of more shadow so the forehead doesn't look that big. So that's what contouring helps in with your face. It kind of like gives you shadows where you want to not hide, but where you want to darken your features. I'm going to contour my nose as well. And that's not the straightest line ever at all, but I'm gonna fix it blending it out. I'm gonna do right here that closing of the nose because I don't want the nose to look too long. If you don't close it, if you want to make your nose look longer, you don't close it here, and you kind of like make it run all the lines so it looks kind of like a straight line is going through, and it makes your nose look longer. I'm also going to do it a button, kind of like button nose for the purpose of the video. I usually never do this. You can do this, you cannot not do this. I'm just showing you guys. I'm going to contour right here on the bottom of my lip so my lips look fuller. Like I said, I'm creating a shadow. So if there's a shadow, that means that my lips look like this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's that shadow. Also right here to accentuate my Cupid's bow, and you're going to see where I'm going to put the highlights. Usually, people contour down here. I don't, because I have a very, very pronounced jawline. As you can see, like, it's right there. But if you have a double chin, if you want to accentuate that jawline, like, I mean, look at that. It's pretty intense, mine. So, I usually don't do it. Also, people do the chin right here as well. I don't because I have a small chin. But if you want to shorten your chin, you also contour like this parts of the chin, and that makes it look more kind of like more sharp and shorter. So that's my contour, and then I'm gonna go with concealer, and these goes obviously in the highlighted parts of my face, which is, of course, well, I'm going to conceal right here, but I also want to highlight this part of my face so everything comes forward. When you put light into something in your face, that makes the features come forward, and of course, the ones that are darker makes them sunken in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go right here, and I'm also going to go here. So there, and then I'm also going to just do one line here and then one line here. So this is how the contour looks. Now I'm going to blend out. I'm actually going to use a synthetic brush to blend out my contour first, and then I'm going to do the highlight. You just have to make sure that everything is super well blended because you don't want any lines just showing through. As you could see, let me use my mirror so I can actually show you what I'm talking about, like right there. And make sure that you go all the way into your hairline so it looks real, or as real as possible. Because if you start your contour there, like, what about that piece? You know, like, what, I mean, why? Like, why is it blank? So no, just go in all the way in so it looks like that's coming from within your hairline. And do the same thing on the other side, of course. And do not use the same tool to blend out your contour and to blend out your highlight, because guys, this is dark. This has dark pigment on it. You don't want to put that on your under eyes or anywhere else where you put your highlight in. So make sure that you do very well blending and you do not use the same tools for both contour and highlight. On the blending of the nose, you have to make sure that you bring it all the way to your eyebrow so it looks like it's coming, the shadow's coming in from within. That's gonna make the appearance of your nose look a little bit more fine. I know that looks intense, don't worry, everything's gonna look good. I'm gonna use a beauty blender, a beauty sponge, to blend out my concealer, which is my highlight, of course. So you make sure you tap it in well and you blend out all the lines. See how that just, when you put light, dark, and light, obviously the contrast is way more visual than when there's only a line of shadow. So it makes it look even more sunken in. See how the face just, it looks way more snatched with cream contouring than with powders. I mean, I don't do this every day because A, it takes a long time, and B, I only use it kind of like for special occasions when I really want to look like, like snatched. So after this, I'm just going to put some powder on my face, which also is going to help everything kind of like tone down, if you will. I'm going to use the Fit Me Loose Powder. I'm going to use my same beauty sponge. This is by Morphe. And then just set everything, especially under my eyes. And then just with a fluffy brush, powder brush, I'm just going to go very lightly all over my face so that contour, of course, doesn't get erased. You look snatched. I know I set my face, but to define a little bit more, I'm just going to go with a little bit of powder, well actually with bronzer, and just define those and make sure, again, those lines are really, really well blended. I'm going to go with blush now. And that's pretty much it, you know. Of course, make sure you prime before. I did prime before. I used this no pore blend primer by Touch and Soul, which came in my BoxyCharm. And where's my blush? Okay, well, this is the one that I have in hand, so I'm gonna use the Becca one in Camellia. Camellia. I'm only going to use a little bit of this blush because it's really, really pigmented and really intense. So just make sure. And I'm putting my blush right in between my contour and my highlight. If you recall correctly, that's where I had my highlights. So I'm just putting it right between there, so I don't either do it too high or too low. And my contour, as you can see, it's still there, and it's not going to just disappear with the blush. Can you tell how my nose looks kind of like this? Just by doing that button kind of looking nose, that line in between, that means the button one. I'm going to do some highlight, and I'm going to use, I love this, Gilded Honey. Yes, Gilded Honey by L'Oreal. Doesn't this like hypnotize you? Like, I love it. I love this blush. I love this brush, which is from Moda Pro, and it's the BMX 265 Glow. I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna highlight the highest points of my face. I know I highlighted with concealer the highest points of my face, but this is where you want that kind of like beaming through highlight when the sun hits you and you're like boom, you know, like that's a high point. That's a high point as well. The tip of the nose and right here, kind of like do an exclamation point. That's what you do. So right here and there. Also some here, but I mean very small amount. And of course my Cupid's bow. I love highlighting my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna real quick finish my under eyes. I really hope that you guys learned something. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I didn't explain as well as I thought I did, please let me know. If you have any doubts, I would love to hear them, and I would love to make sure that you understood the process correctly. I'm gonna line my lips now, but please comment down below anything that you guys would like to tell me. I will respond. I'm going to use Desi and Katie Dose of Colors, my main, because it's a beautiful nude, and that's what I have on hand here, and I think a nude goes great with this look. And to make sure your makeup doesn't move and looks stunning. This, honestly, I mean, L'Oreal, this smells like crap. Ugh, hate it. That's the only thing I had in hand. Now, if you want to, oh my God, everything's falling from my hands. Greasy hands. If you want that highlighter to get a little bit more intense, and I just put some more, kind of like when my skin is a little bit damp from that spray. And there we go. Love that highlight. So, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this quick video, because it was a quick video on how to cream contour your face. I know I didn't do much to mine, but I usually don't cream contour. Like I said, it's just, it takes too much time. But remember, whatever you want to sink in, you put the dark foundation or concealer or powder as you wish. But since we're doing a cream contour, I used those items. And making sure that, you know, that you look at your face first, and then after that you make an accurate judgment of what you want to highlight and what you don't want to highlight. I really, guys, hope you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, please list them down below. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Go check out my Instagram as well, because I post very often on my Instagram, more than on YouTube. And please, again, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And thanks for watching. Besitos. Have a great day. Thank you, guys. Bye. And thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a... And I hope... Oh, my God.